Oh,
it does say live. Okay, cool.
Larry will be joining us any moment.
But yes, another.
Clearly, you and I are not the ones who start this show usually.
Yeah, totally not. And then, especially for us to be on episode 35, how sick is that? I didn't even realize that.
So everyone keeps talking about this Jim Norton photo. Let's see. I gotta see what Larry posted.
Yeah, what did he post? Oh, you mean for the Dork Court?
Yeah.
It does look like Jim Norton. Is it Jim Norton? It looks like Jim Norton to me. I don't know where he gets these thumbnails. I don't know where he gets these images. Who knows?
It's an inside joke he had with somebody 8 years ago.
Probably. And it's an image he has floating somewhere for some reference. Too funny. So I don't want to talk about the thing that he posted because we'll wait for Larry for that one.
He actually posted it?
He did. He posted it in the thread of this. Have you read it yet? Have you skimmed through it?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Sounds pretty accurate. I mean, I know Tom Holland just signed up for like 4 more movies with like 3 appearances and others or something like that.
And there is an underlying rumor, which I will share. I won't share until Larry comes. Oh, look at this. Look, as if.
All right. Whatever.
We just started about a minute ago and just did our poor introduction.
Oh, no, I'm sure it was great.
Yeah.
We did have a question, though. The first question that was posed. The image, our thumbnail, is it Jim Norton? It looks like Jim Norton.
I don't know. Let me just say I'm sorry. Walker's not feeling good. I had to go get him and come back and stuff. So that actually wasn't me.
Oh, no.
Remembering. That's why Steve's texting me and I'm like, yes. It's like I never text like that. It's just I gotta go. Anyway. So that was somebody was making fun of my friend Wendy. And so I said, Wendy, hey, Lisa, is the water warm where you are? Or whatever the quote is. And they like, neither one of them got it. And I'm like, how can your name be Wendy and you not get that joke? So that was just the first thing I found on the internet.
When you typed in like, hey, Wendy?
I just put Wendy and Lisa. And then I got all their albums. And I'm like, oh no, like Wendy, Lisa, Waterwarm. And then I got that. So I was like, I was actually looking for they did a joke on The Simpsons about that to Lisa Simpson. She was talking to somebody named Wendy, and they answer back, yes, Lisa, and it was kind of funny if you're my age.
I if it's Wendy and Lisa the band, I think they were with Prince, so I have some brief brain reference of them. They're like Vanity.
That's what the whole joke is. But, hey, Wendy. Yes, Lisa. Is the water warm? It's Prince saying that on one.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. There you go. So now,
say all right.
Yeah.
There you go. Like
one of their songs.
Something in my subconscious was pinged. So, but we were gonna. Oh,
that's
go on.
my thing. It's just I make jokes for people who only Captain America will get the reference because it's from 1945.
Anyway. I got it, sadly. So, no, do we want to just jump into the rumor stuff that I found online?
Yes, because I did not see the Ballerina trailer because I was watching the Thunderbolts trailer over and over and over again. And today's been a little busy. Apparently, my sister has got a publishing house now, and just realized that like I've been doing that for the last 40 years.
That's right.
So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, you had mentioned that at Comic-Con, I think.
Did I? Yeah.
You were like, if only you knew someone who's been doing that forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, good luck.
So wait, you haven't seen the trailer for Ballerina yet?
I have not. Because
I have not either.
You wait, what? I get. You know what? Apologies. Generally, as soon as I see it, I post it so you can immediately watch it. I did not do that this time. So
how dare you make me Google?
That is my bad.
Basically, it's your fault, Steve.
Yes.
I'm glad you got there on yourself and didn't have to embarrass Mark and I.
Yeah. So
obvious thing to you.
We couldn't watch it right now we couldn't watch it together, could we?
Didn't we try that with something and they took us off?
They did, yeah. We got pinged or we got a notice of whatever.
Well, do I post the link in our chat and everyone just watches it on their own?
Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
So that's cool. I'll check in with the comments. Alan Doan's here. Hey, man. And Hector Gonzalez. See, he gets it. Is the water warm enough? Hey, Wendy. Let's see. He gets it because he knows what a guitar is and what Prince played. I don't get why that looks like Jim Norton, but my eyesight's pretty shitty.
You're like, it's close enough.
Okay. Let me know if that works for you all.
All right.
So it's Ana de Armas.
It is.
Oh.
So give yourself.
I'll be fine. That's what we wanted from Skyfall, right? Or whatever one she was in.
She was in that for like 20 minutes, and I was like, I want a whole movie with her.
Yeah, like the entire planet did that. Give us a secret agent movie with her.
Yeah, like she was like ditzy. Oh, it's my first time on the job.
Watch the trailer, and then I have so many things I need to say, but I want to see what you think after watching the trailer. Did it open? Did the link work? I know it wasn't a link. It was just a.
Yeah, I can't click it, so I stopped fooling with it. I'm not going to type out OFS, WSFR, and PDQ. What? Because I'm old.
So Lance Reddick, is this his last role?
Correct. This is the last role he's alive in.
That's what he's presently alive in.
Here, try that link.
He may
I shared another link with you guys.
Oh, on the that's gonna work probably. Let's go to the videotape. There we go. Yes, that's cranking. All right, here we go.
Oh, you're watching it?
Watch it, Mark. Watch it, Mark.
Somber music.
Oh, I mean, I'm already watching it.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like it takes place side by side with John Wick.
It is at the yes.
Huh. Norman Reedus. Good for him.
Our friends from Lionsgate have slow, soothing music. You must become the assassin. No!
It would have been awesome if they killed her cat. Bring her out of retirement. Let's see. Well, what can I talk about while we're watching?
So, all right. So two things. Ready? Just right off the bat, which is what I love. Okay. And I don't know if anyone picked up on this, and I'm sure people will. Gabriel Byrne's in it, who's awesome, who's from Point of No Return. And I don't know if she's in the trailer, but she's in the credits. But I think her name is Parloud, who's La Femme Nikita, the original La Femme Nikita is in it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She's in it. So it's like, so they have the original La Femme Nikita in it, and Gabriel Byrne, who plays like her mentor
her
in the remake with Bridget Fonda. That's cool.
That's awesome.
Like that subtlety in there, I like.
Okay, that's respect. I really appreciate that. Who's this new girl? Sharon Duncan Brewster. Oh, Dune. That's how I know her. Okay.
The the one that's training?
Dr. Liet Keynes. I think she sacrifices herself in the first one when she lets her.
Oh yeah. The doctor. Yeah. The what's his the Max von Sydow role from.
Yeah. I like this new Duke.
Larry, you still with us? Or are you watching?
Yes.
Again?
Oh my God, no! It's just I got to the part where Arcana shows up, and I was like, "Hey, can you guys keep it down? I'm trying to watch this trailer." No, that was fantastic. That was great. Thank you for sending that, Steve. Yeah, that was cool. I heard all the stuff you said about Gabriel Byrne and stuff. That was all very well observed. But a slow, cool version of Elton John song was playing underneath you talking. So, maybe it was that. Here's my just saw a trailer reaction. I wish that Hollywood would figure out a way to do trailers differently, like they did in the old days. Every single trailer now follows the thing to the point where somebody did a brilliant, like, here's the way to do a trailer.
Yeah.
And like this one just follows every single thing. Like, here's you have to start off with a pop radio hit that's done really slow. And, you've seen it.
But then this comes up, and then this guy shows up.
Right.
But then there's trouble.
the villain says something pithy. You know, it's like,
but yeah,
I get it. Like the reason for stereotypes is because, you know, that's kind of observationally true in a lot of cases generally, and you don't want to generalize person. That's why people are very mad. But yeah, once you start following a format for movie trailers, it doesn't work, right? You can't do a romantic comedy trailer and cut it the same way that you're cutting a sci-fi action trailer.
The funny thing about that thing, Larry, was that they made a fake slowed down version of a song for their fake trailer, but then they had to actually make the full song because people kept asking them about it.
No, because I was one of those people. It's on my phone.
Yeah, mine too. They were like,
wait, what movie are we referencing?
They're like, we kind of made this just as a joke, but people actually really want to hear it.
Yeah,
now,
so. It's Walker and I during the coronavirus, near the end of the coronavirus. Walker and I were like analyzing trailers and what makes good marketing. And one of the things we found on YouTube was this is a brilliant band, right? And they're just media guys that know what they're doing, right? And they were like, here's how to cut a trailer, and it's just a black screen with white title cards, and the sound is just doing the trailer. And if you just closed your eyes and maybe, you know, maybe you did a little CBD rub or something, you'd be like, I know I've seen this movie. Yeah. Because I bet Mark looks like he's looking it up for us.
I did, yes.
Did you put that trailer in? Because that's awesome. I bet
even better than I remember.
I bet we could put that in this. And they would, you know.
Yeah, right. Who's going to fight us over that?
It's generic. Why they're not making money on it? And if they are making money, consider it an ad to buy this song that they use because it's bananas good. Here we go. You got the sound down?
Can you hear it? Or
I can't hear the audio. I think you have to introduce the audio.
Who's introducing the audio? That's the one, though.
Hold on. How did you do that?
Anyway, Walker and I probably watched that 4, 5, 6 times the day we saw it.
Yeah.
It was just so perfect.
Just fill in your thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
the thing is, it's written so well instead of just like, you know, some dumb radio hit. No, unexpected cover of a classic hit. You can hear Don LaFontaine saying all this stuff. Wow.
It's weird. It doesn't let me click on the link. It automatically shows it. No big deal.
They might have something disabled just to prevent that. Because
you know what? I was just looking in the settings.
The only music is the song that they did. So I could imagine they'd want to, because they had to license that to make their version. I could see where they'd want to cut, you know. Yeah, and I didn't mind paying $1.29 for that.
Right round like a record, baby.
But now it's like, so anyway, the point is that if you guys anybody listening wants to click on that and watch that trailer and then come back, that's what made me hate this trailer at first. You know, because it seemed to be following that pattern, but then Ana de Armas's, you know, complete awesomeness really got me out of that.
Oh, and I tried to share my screen, so now my StreamYard's broken. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're funny. Oh, cool.
You're funny. True.
All right. Well, no, I will definitely check that out. But you're absolutely right with the trailer. It's like it's the same methodology every time. It's like, you know, it's funny because they even said, I think there's that new TV show, like it's the Hawaii like surf Baywatch one that they're doing they're doing essentially the same thing. Like they take like a song that's maybe like 10 years old and now they're slowing it for a TV commercial trailer.
That's great.
Yeah.
God blesses everyone. There's like another guy playing Hellboy now. I've gotten to the point where like I have a really good memory. I don't know if you guys ever encountered that, but it's kind of cool when you remember all the cool things, but it's kind of bad when you remember shitty things because you remember them like it just happened. And so the cool thing I've had to develop is that like there's memories and then there's now. And like you can't get mad about memories because that's not now. And so like I'm sorry that fucking Ron Perlman is 75 years old now, but there's gonna be new Hellboys, and I really wish they had given Harbor a chance because that guy smoked it. I loved his version. I thought that was great, and now we have to wade through another Hellboy. Okay, whatever.
I don't even know who the new Hellboy is.
I don't either.
He is from the Marvel universe. He played Black Tom Cassidy in the Deadpool movie. Exactly.
Okay.
And even sadder, it's going direct to streaming. It's not even going in the theater. And Hellboy, it deserves at least a week in the theater.
I agree 100%.
Like,
why are you making a Hellboy movie if it's going direct to streaming? That's ridiculous.
Right. Then just make a TV show.
And exactly, because they're marketing it like it's the 4th installment of the global franchise that you're just burning on streaming. Where even Disney goes, "Hey, we're probably not going to do that Iron Maiden thing or whatever with
Armor Wars
because you can't make money on streaming.
Correct.
Just turn it into a movie, right? Throw it out for a week, and then it shows up on Disney. What are you going to do, right?
Right.
You get you get some money, but just fucking just burning it on streaming.
Well, it's you have to have the conviction to roll the dice and at least get it in the theater. Because think about it. Borderland, they rolled the dice. They put it in the theater. It bombed. But then it eventually goes to streaming. But you give yourself a chance to see if it can hit.
Right, exactly.
Like
give
and
it
then
a chance.
Yeah, like Furiosa, we all knew Fury Road was going to get the acclaim it was going to get. Furiosa is a great example of one where it's like, okay, we might get the same, roll the dice reaction we got with Fury Road with Furiosa. They didn't, but they let it play in the theater for a bit, and it did pretty well long term. This Hellboy movie,
it seems interesting. It's like the first horror movie, superhero movie.
Well,
right?
It's
super creepy, scary, gory.
Well,
and there's a dude who has a big gun.
You see, as long as they don't spend any of the movie explaining his backstory, which is what they've done in every single time they introduce him.
Yeah.
You just, here's Hellboy, roll with the story. And then you get like an hour and 45 minutes of people like, I fucking love this movie, which I guarantee is what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And the saddest part is all the Hellboy nuts aren't going to have been able to have seen it in the theater. That's kind of the, like just like the Harbor one. Like if you missed the David Harbour one in the movie theaters, you missed out.
Dude, if you weren't sitting next to us, you missed it.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I couldn't believe such a good movie just disappeared so quickly. I couldn't believe it.
I mean, it was like the best analogy, and I don't know if we heard it, said it, read it, was Hellboy 80s rock video anthem. Like it was just nonstop. Like
it was like
everything.
a good 80s heavy metal song starring Hellboy. Yeah.
Right, for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Anyway,
I agree. I love that, but whatever.
Yeah.
The thing I think, I'm bringing back your point that why are we doing origins for all this stuff where everybody knows what's going on? Like Hellboy is particularly egregious to me because his origin is in his fucking name, right? Hell, okay, we have that concept, but boy, all right, I get it. That's really all you need to know. Just start the movie. Yeah. He's a boy from hell in some manner, and I'll catch up with all that shit. Oh, there's Nazis, fucking occult. Excellent. You don't have to like fucking Martha Wayne the pearls every 5 seconds.
Yeah. The old man finds him, he trains him, he dies. Now Hellboy has to grow
That's like
up.
Three lines of dialogue. Man, I miss John Hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go.
And then if you think the Harbor one, it's Ian McShane, who's even better, who like is like, round full circle back to like the ballerina. Like, put that guy in every fucking movie as just like walks in, gives like 5 minutes of dialogue. I'm fucking sold. He sells.
Hello, Jonathan.
Right. He sells. And the best part about that is, I guarantee you, it's not Jonathan in the script.
No,
it's John Wick, or it's like Baba Yaga in the script. But Ian McShane's like, no, I'm going to call him Jonathan. Like that's
Right,
that's
no, I
do you know
got
what I
it.
mean? That's what that's what he brings. He's like, oh, I got the script. No, I have an idea. I'm just let me run with this.
Right when you said that, that's perfect. It's like that's what he brings, because the second you went, oh, I think he should just be in everything, I was like, okay, I have to run through all the stuff, and I was like, wow, really fast. I started mentally casting him in weird shit, and I was like, wow, you're absolutely right. He would just Ian McShane whatever he was in, like guest spot on like How I Met Your Mother. Yes, he'd fucking nail it, right? Dying guy giving Alan Alda shit and MASH, nailed it. Like anything you could think of, it's like, wow, I don't know if you could do that with a lot of actors where I would immediately go, all right,
Yeah,
all right, continue the
like-
conversation.
just his acting and his presence brings validity to what you're watching, and he works even better when it's like fantastical, like Hellboy, or when it's like kind of insane out there, like the John Wick universe, where you're just
he
like,
brings like a level of seriousness and awesomeness to it.
Which is why I think when they jumped from the original John Wick to the second John Wick, and they kind of upgraded and kind of expanded what they did, like you know, like the first one was kind of like, hey, we're gonna try this, let's see what happens. But by the second one, you're like, oh no, this is working. But now we need to like establish. So it's like, oh, okay, Ian McShane makes more sense. Lance Reddick makes more sense. It's like, you know, John Turturro disappears because you're like, all right, we don't never the comedy element of it you don't need, and you keep on adding Angelica Houston. You keep on adding like people that
John Turturro was in the first one.
She's
John Leguizamo. John Leguizamo.
Oh, Leguizamo, yes.
Did I say Turturro?
Yes. Oh, that's
Oh,
fine.
whatever. Yeah, not Barton Fink.
You idiot.
The Pest.
That was harsh, Mark. Like, you idiot. I was like,
Well, maybe he should do better. Maybe he should try harder.
I was kind of like, I don't remember that, but we're on the Ian McShane in MASH, so why not John Turturro and John Wick? I'm like, he could probably make it work. It'll be weird and atonal, but he wouldn't embarrass anybody in the scene.
No, John Turturro was actually pretty good in the Batman, if I remember correctly. I really liked him in that. So
after watching the Penguin, I showed Jez the Batman, and every time the Penguin showed up, Jez was like, "Got ourselves a movie." And then he would go away and be like, "Oh."
Are you watching the Penguin?
Mm-hmm.
Is it serial? Is it like old TV, or is it like everything I can watch it all at once?
Old TV.
Old TV. There you go. Like that's how I describe it.
I think every Sunday is a new episode.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
and
it's basically Penguin as Batman who found his Robin, and now he's training his ward to, you know.
And then is that a female? Is that the lady? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
What does he call his penguin? Is it just the kid's name, or does he have a code name too?
Eggshell. No, I'm just
that's what I mean. It's like what's
Sardine.
What's a diminutive thing? Like Batman and Robin, okay.
Yeah.
Penguin and Herring.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. The show does a lot of things good, but it shows how big Gotham is. So it really makes sense how these guys can just kind of sneak through the cracks. Because she's like, all right, you know, we're in back alleyways in this huge city, you know.
Who's writing?
Batman is all the way over there. Who gives a shit?
Do you know who's writing that?
I don't.
Lots of
Penguinette.
people whose opinions I respect are saying it's great. And to talk me into it, they're like, it doesn't matter that he's the Penguin. It's just an awesome crime show, and it's really good makeup. So just vibe on the makeup.
It's too good.
I'm like, all right. I'm totally gonna watch it. It's just taking me a while because we're trying to finish up Bad Monkey, and Walker and I are crushing Last Ship, and I somehow started Hell on Wheels, which is really good.
Really?
But,
Hell on Wheels.
Did you hear about this? It's like a 10 or 12-year-old show. It's Anson Mount and Common and somebody else really cool.
Yeah. It's like
it all takes place.
It's the Civil War one, right?
Yeah, it's the same time as Deadwood, like just after. So, but it's following the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad. And I watched the first 20 minutes and I'm like, oh, I got to turn this off because Walker's going to love this. So there's just like kind of like we didn't have any TV for like 3 or 4 months because of the strike. And now everything's coming out at once.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, if you guys don't watch Agatha all along, I'm just going to watch it and write Dork about it. And you can read it if you want.
Yeah.
But now you guys, I meant my family.
Are you watching? Are you watching it as? See,
Yeah,
that's
we
yeah.
didn't see yesterday's because we were working on something else. Actually,
Yeah.
episode 2, I was like, you guys have to catch up. So we really like it. It's great, which is
Yeah.
neat because I don't like the character. Kind of don't like WandaVision. I kind of don't like anything about it.
Mhm.
And once they did the Danish, based on the Danish version of WandaVision from
Oh yeah.
and it's like made it super clear that they're making fun of the kind of shows that my wife loves. Like a little switch went off my head and went, oh my god, I totally get this character now. And now it made me retroactively love WandaVision and like look forward to everything that's going on now.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look who showed up.
Oh, there you go. Look at this.
Hey,
I guess he's upstairs chugging in.
hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, I like his little visual too. The icon, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I don't have a pin of that.
Oh, really? Oh, we'll have to make a Dork one with him on the side.
That's funny.
Well, but you know what that means? Then you guys have to use the little cartoon thing and make icons because you guys have to have
send us the link. Send us
and
the
then
link.
we'll have all 4 of us collect them all.
Yeah, the real question is, do we all wear glasses? That's the real question.
I guess that'd be fun. Steve, you can get away with no glasses.
I'm trying right now, my best. I'm reading what I can read.
Should be the lint clone. What is that? Oh, Walker's. Yeah, I learned all about felting because of his buddy Lucas. This thing in class. If you're not up to date on my Facebook, Walker has this class with his buddy Lucas, who's a fucking lunatic. And let's just give you a little backstory on Lucas. He, when they first met, he's about half Walker's size even then, and now it was about the same. He's about half Walker's size. The difference is they're really good friends now because they understand each other because this happened. Lucas rolled up some kind of newspaper or something, and lit it on fire, and thought it'd be awesome to run through the hallways until he set the shit off and caused all his rambunctiousness. He just doesn't get the level of prank this was because he's Lucas, right? Walker does not know this kid yet and just goes, I was raised on Marvel movies. I need to deal with this situation for the safety of myself and those around us. Good thing I'm wearing my Spider-Man shirt, from Act 2 or Homecoming or whatever, right? Picks up this lunatic and just kicks the doors open and just throws him outside. So it's a little kind of rambunctious, like if adults did that to each other, people would be upset. So he had to go and explain himself. And Steve remembers this story. The whoever he was talking to went, no, you were afraid of the safety for yourself and others, and that's why you did that, right? And he went, oh, right, yes. That's why I took care of that. So nobody got in trouble. Lucas is on his meds, and now they're best buddies, which is hilarious. So they have this class where they're understanding the word microcosm for some reason, and everybody's interacting it in some way. And Lucas's choice was to bring the art of felting to a portrait of his buddy Walker. And I posted a picture of it online, and it just looks like it's made out of belly button lint and crazy. But it's fantastic in its level of detail. Like he uses 3 different colors of brown for the hair and puts white in for the lenses on his glasses, and it's just like, hey man, I saw Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. You're getting a little close here. You put a lacrosse jersey on that or something and start buying common pins, I'm gonna have something to say.
Here, hold on, I have it.
Oh, look at him. Tea and Dork Court. No better medicine.
Let me see, does it work?
Hey, that's cool. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty freaky, huh?
I mean, it's pretty damn good, though.
No, he did excellent. But somebody in that thread, I made some joke about how it's like 15-year-old pubes and lint hair or something.
Oh,
it wasn't that crass, but somebody was like, "Oh no, that is the ancient and respected art of felting," and I'm like, "Okay, thank you."
It's awesome.
A little something.
Felting.
Who knew? Who knew?
I still don't know what felting is, but anyway, so that's why Sagastag said the lint cologne.
Too good.
This is cool. Look, Alan Doan's like saying hey to Walker. Hello, future Oscar. And he's like, hey man, what's happening?
Hey, bro.
Well, onto the hey, bro. So, what do you think about the Marvel list rumors? So,
Okay, so yeah.
First, before I jump into it,
let's do that.
There were 4 posts that I saw,
Mm-hmm.
all pulled down. The other one that I didn't share with you was the one about Blade. But the whole article, the whole person was posting about every reason why Blade keeps on getting delayed, and the gist of the entire thing I didn't share because there was no like real gossipy stuff in it.
Yeah,
the only reason it's like the 2 big things that they're having a problem with is the fact that he is like in his 50s. I guess the actor who's supposed to play Blade,
the new guy.
Get
Wesley Snipes at that point.
So they're like, okay. And then the other thing is, it has to be good because he won an Academy Award. So they're kind of like, they're going to proclaim it as Academy Award winner, blah, 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 as Blade. And it can't be shit. And every time they get a script, it's shit.
You know why? Because Blade is a shitty character. Everyone should just admit that to themselves.
Huh?
The way the MCU movies are set up right now, there's no room for Blade. They haven't done the job. If they put out Blade, it would be received like a DC movie because they haven't laid the foundation for it yet. And
there's a funny photo of the Avengers all sitting around a table and Captain America saying, so what's the next point of business? And Blade is like, can you motherfuckers help me with all these vampires? And they're like, no.
They can do it. I think they're in the middle of it, right? Because Agatha's helping that cool Halloween thing with Man-Thing and whatever that was, the Werewolf by Night stuff, and then bringing in Moon Knight. But like the last rumors that Steve gave us, Moon Knight's not even part of the Phase 5. So all of that horror stuff, like, don't even bother with Blade right now. Make that Phase 6 or Phase 7 because they've forgotten they did superheroes. And then they did magic, and then they made it. Then they did Asgard, and
they introduced each of the elements that a Marvel comic would bring you, and they don't need. And the sad part is, they already did it. They already did the Blade trilogy.
Yeah,
right. That's the thing.
You already did it, so you don't need to reintroduce it again.
The TV show.
In fact, it was so well received in the Deadpool Wolverine. You kind of figured out how to do it.
Yeah,
they
fucked themselves with the new guy. Yeah, because they gave everybody what we wanted,
like old man Blade.
So,
but that's it. That's the solution. Like, that's how you introduce it. You just have Wesley Snipes show up again.
If they're in love with bringing Blade back, just do Blade 4. Like, just admit that Blade and Blade 2 and Blade 3 all happened.
Yeah.
And then do it in fucking bring him out in Secret Wars so you get fucking Deadpool going, hey, remember when I was this guy? I was Hannibal King and just this other time? And just let it go and have everybody get it out of their systems and then just do a fucking Blade movie.
And
a trick.
And do what Marvel does.
Just do a good one.
Yeah, and do what Marvel does so well. Make fun of what you did in the past and just put it on the screen and make the laugh you collectively being like, oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, okay, here's the new. And then again, the new Secret War Blade is Mahershala Ali or whatever it is. And there's Wesley Snipes Blade and there's the other guy. And Wesley Snipes is 100 years old. So now he's done. And now that's the other guy. Like, you could do it. Like, he doesn't need his own introductory movie.
You know what I would instantly do? I'm with you right there. Just fucking have Wesley Snipes fucking regenerate into a new guy because it's vampire magic and just fucking give him a long scarf and a hat and go like this, fucking jelly babies. And just, he walks out of a police box in London, but that's Blade, right? Yeah. Just, they have to have an adventure where Wesley Snipes goes, that's me. Because if they don't, all what we said is going to be playing against them. There's a whole bunch of people who already know what to expect from a Blade movie.
Yeah, I mean, his whole thing, right?
Gave
is
it to him
he
with Deadpool.
ages like a human, but he has all the powers of a vampire. Have him die as an old man, but then he doesn't realize that he actually like gets reborn after that. Like he wakes up like the next day and he's like 20. He's like, fuck.
Dude, yeah, that's perfect. Your inciting incident is the death of Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
And then he just sits up and goes, all right, back to fucking day walking.
Back to
Dude,
day walking.
like, you're so brilliant about that. Does this universe have a Tony Stark? Yeah, that's so good that they're doing that in the FF movie. Anyway, nice job. I hope you get a paycheck with that.
Waiting, his address, you know, the letter keeps on getting returned to sender, but he's trying.
Yeah, that's fine.
Right, invoice Marvel Studios.
Dear Marvel Studios.
What
So-
was one of the other ones? Nova's just canceled. That's gonna be
Yeah.
sad for me and Walker, who are doing our Nova helmets next on the 3D printer.
I do like,
Right.
I do
Forgot
like
about
though the two things that I thought were super awesome, and there's other things like there's going to be a Shang-Chi 2. We know there's going to be a Shang-Chi 2.
Yeah.
It did so well overseas. It has to get another Shang-Chi.
It's
the first
good
one did.
too. That's a
And
great movie.
Exactly.
You want to see those characters do some more shit.
Yeah.
That
Same
movie's
with
so good. I wasn't annoyed by Aquafina.
Same here.
and then like the Doctor Strange 3, where they're going to have
The Midnight Suns.
well, the Doctor Strange 3, I think, was the one. Who did they introduce at the end of the second?
America
Charlize
Charlize
Theron.
Theron.
Charlize Theron. Is that Clea? Is that
Yeah.
the other? So she'll be
Cleo.
in that. Cleo. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and then you
Madame
just
Cleo.
and then you just run with Baron Mordo because you got a cool bad guy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
easy. Do that. That's just like, yeah,
No brainer.
1980s Paul Smith, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, and then the one that was also interesting was I think the Black Panther one said where it's just like, what was it saying?
Oh.
Like Wakanda is just falling apart,
Yeah.
which I thought was pretty cool.
What the
And
hell's
then
American Panther? Is that from the comics?
I don't know who that is. I
They made up,
I didn't look that up.
They made up a cool villain for that movie called American Panther. Somebody that smells like McFeely and
American
Dragon
Panther.
Park.
Oh, yee.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh.
amazing. I'm like, I can't believe they're getting away with that. That's awesome.
I think Steve and I saw the same photo. The
Oh.
same time.
Oh, maybe not that.
His villain is a very interesting looking fella.
Do you want to show a picture? Should I show a picture of it real quick?
Yeah, that's fine.
This isn't the Marvel one, right? This is just some.
Yeah, no. This here,
From the comic.
Huh.
American Panther.
All right.
Extradited to Swedish court. I don't know. I don't know who this guy in the background is, but that's what's
No, that's
Yeah.
hate monger. That's Marvel for you.
okay.
He's got a big KKK cowl with an H on it.
Oh,
Like,
Okay.
come on, if you're a hate monger, you got to have a better suit than that. That's like Elon Musk buying a $1,500 store bought dragon armor thing. Like,
As
dude,
opposed to,
you're
like,
the fucking
spending
world's
$100,000
richest
to make it.
man.
Yeah.
Fucking wear one of those Ben Affleck Batman suits you got from World's Finest or whatever.
So that was that's Black Panther. That's the Black Panther one.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel 3. The Captain Marvel 3 I thought was pretty cool. The villain's Rogue.
Yeah.
That's cool. And
I
think-
love how they just dropped that.
Yeah,
I was like,
the villain is Rogue.
what?
What now? Because we all know how that ends up.
and then Armor War, kind of just forever in limbo.
Maybe. I love that. Like, yeah, Justin Hammer is attached, set to star. It said, I'm like, yeah, really, because like, what's that guy's name? Sam Rockwell
Yeah.
is just sitting around waiting for,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
them
Yeah.
to schedule it, pencil it in.
Well, see, this is the this is the Feig effect. If you think about it, like this is his like he kind of steps you see it. He kind of steps into the background and kind of Marvel kind of loses its footing. And then the minute he steps back in, he's like, nope, I'm doing these two movies. The Russo brothers are directing it. And oh, by the way, you owe Robert Downey Jr. $100 million. And it's like, and that's what he does.
And then they go, okay.
and they go, oh, all right. Oh, I guess you're watching this again now. But the two that I thought were pretty cool was that the Captain Britain movie that they're going to do, a Captain Britain movie.
Yeah.
And they already have a deal with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, right.
Because he did the, you know,
Wolverine
The
cameo.
Wolverine thing, yeah.
the Cavalrine or whatever they called him.
So
So you know,
Calvary.
so it's, yeah, oh yeah, but so you know that he's in. They just finding the right role, but then the better one is the X-Men one. And Larry,
I was going to
I'll let
say,
you tell
you're saving the
that's-
best for last, baby.
I'll let you go with it.
No, you have to tell it. I'm always
Yeah.
babbling.
Well, I will read what is written.
All right. That's good.
X-Men, no date set, but will not release before Secret War. The film will adapt the giant-size X-Men story. When Professor Xavier's first team goes missing, he gathers a new team to mount a rescue mission. Perfect.
That's brilliant. You get all the X-Men. Everybody's happy because
Yeah.
we're going to see Iceman and Beast and all that shit.
Yeah.
But they're going to be... I just love that... yeah. Like, we're going to see live-action Thunderbird.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right.
I
That's
think
like
that's going to be great. It's
What
probably
a badass
gonna...
way of doing an origin movie, right? Like you have an old team, new team, origin, but like it's already there, established. It's great.
But
I
think
love it.
about it. Think about it. Then you're doing it after Secret War, so you could dump out all of the old X-Men actors in the Secret Wars and start
Yeah,
almost.
it's just the new guys.
It's
Yeah.
all new guys.
But they have an adventure with the audience, right? The audience has bought in because it's like, oh, remember when, you know, whatever happened that is a big emotional moment because they're passing the torch because that's what Secret Wars is like the new reset. Yeah, that's going to be great. I mean, I love it because you're going to get to see all the old X-Men. We'll see Halle Berry dancing around. And,
Yeah, why not?
and I mean,
Secret Wars is going to be great.
and I mean, Hugh Jackman will just be doing crunches
Till he's
from
90.
now until he's
Till
until
90.
2079.
90.
You know, eating chicken breast and broccoli spears,
Yeah.
whatever.
For the rest of his life.
That's it. But hey, like I said, if Disney allows him to do like, you know, the Music Man every 3 years, he'll be totally happy. That's all he wants. He'll be Wolverine forever.
It's always the Music Man with you.
Is it always the Music Man?
Yeah.
Do I always say the Music
he's
Man?
Chubby K or whatever. It's Stubby K.
That's who you are, right? You know your name.
Who
What
can
was
keep track of these things?
Oh, hey, before you fall into this fight, can I just put this on pause and bring out the New Jersey in the both of you? One of my buddies, Paul Zeidman, has written this really cool screenplay about a girl witch, right? You don't really need to know, but his tagline is stranded in New Jersey, and you both have to be with me and say, why is this not called Witch Exit?
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you think that that's a regional joke that people won't understand the Witch Exit thing about the turnpike?
Oh, interesting.
Or do you think, because that's the argument, it's a perfect title, but the argument is you have to know that that's a joke. But I think it says stranded in New Jersey, and if you draw a witch girl on a broom with the sign that says Rahway Exit 7 or something behind her, it kind of tells you the joke, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think as Sons of New Jersey?
I mean, whenever I run into people out here from New Jersey, we make that joke. I'm like, oh, what exit?
Correct.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if that's a regionally known. I mean,
I think that New Jersey is such a giant region that it's not a regional joke anymore.
I would say
think everybody
feel like-
knows. I think
feel like
everybody
it's kind of
knows,
expanded
or
out a
drives
little bit
through
more.
there. You know,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I think that's perfect, and I like the play on words. So
Yeah. Now I want to make a vampire book in New Jersey called Turnspike.
instead of
The Jersey Turnspike.
Parkway.
That's not bad, man. That's a good title. Anyway, my big thing is like I don't know if he needs the question mark, because I think Witch Exit just is a good title.
Yeah.
I think as titles, people don't expect punctuation marks.
Yeah.
You know, so like,
yeah,
he's like afraid it just lays there. Witch Exit.
Hold on, I'm looking at all my movie posters.
I had to look at it like right now. Let's see. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, sure, Airplane has an exclamation point, but that's like, it's not a comedy, right? It's funny.
Yeah.
But it's more of like, you know, a kid adventure. Why a kid adventure?
Yeah.
You're looking at all your posters.
I am. Like, I'm like, does any of them have punctuation? None of them. Not a single one.
You would think Escape from New York.
Yeah, nothing. And I'm looking like I have Shogun Assassin.
The only
like,
one I can think of is Airplane.
You're probably. I think you might be right.
I mean, there has to be something else.
Escape from New York? Question mark.
Yeah.
Look. Oh, my friend Carl had a great story today. Speaking of that, he did, the set designer guy that's on my Facebook, Carl J. Martin.
Yeah,
he's got some pretty impressive credits, and he's been in Hollywood for a while. So he's working on Air Force One, and he's part of the crew that gets a tour of the plane, and so he keeps saying, "Hey, where's the presidential escape pod?" And the guy taking the tour goes, "There's no such thing as the presidential escape pod." He's like, "Well, we're taking the tour to do justice to this thing. What's this hatch over here? I bet that's it." And they're like, "No, well, okay, if it's not classified, can I go behind that hatch and see what's there?" And he's like, "Okay, fine, it's the presidential escape pod. Are you happy?" So
I knew it.
Whether the guy giving the tour was just sick of him and said that, or it really was, either way, that's a really funny story. That's awesome. Oh, there we go.
I did find one.
Where, brother? Of course. Where art thou? Yeah,
But
but that's the thing, right? Like, which exit is really like selling the question the second you put the question mark on? So now you're like, well, is she exiting being a witch?
Yeah, right.
That's
right. And then then the play doesn't play
really
on the
work as
turnpike.
well.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like, that's what people obsess over. You guys know the creatives will like. I'm sure he's having a meeting right now that's on like hour 3, and they're going out for more bagels. Anyway, I hope it gets. He's working like a dog. I hope somebody picks it up. So,
I like the title.
That title's so good. I even forget what his original one was. It just, you know what I mean. Sometimes that happens in your brain. It's like, oh no, this is that now. I don't need that other information. If I do, I'll just ask him, what was that old title? Anyway.
What's the repeat, die, kill? Is that what that was?
Edge of Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it was live, die, repeat.
Oh yeah.
Which I think is what it's called now.
Even that's how they did the Blu-ray.
Right? Is that
it was like Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
By the way, you probably went to go see it's a Tom Cruise movie. Nobody cares. Just buy it.
I indulged a little bit the other night, and I did a back-to-back of that and Tomorrow War, which makes a pretty good double feature.
I thought that was great.
Yeah.
What Tomorrow War? Which one's that? Is that the
Star-Lord? The time travel one?
Yeah. With the aliens in the future.
I have a great fondness for that because my buddy Feldman, the Special Forces medic, he's like the what's his name? Neil deGrasse of military moves. So whenever you get like a cool movie with guys sweeping through a thing or something, he's got something to say. And as we were watching it the first time, I say to Walker, there's this really cool firefight in a school stairway.
Yeah.
And as we're watching, I say to Walker, I'm like, dude, I bet you right now Feldman is writing a breakdown of this scene. I can't predict what it is, but I swear to you, when he writes it, I'll print it out and we'll go through it together. And we were close to calling him up on the phone because it was like a masterclass breakdown for nerds from a guy who knows what he's talking about. So he was going way into the weeds about like, special actions of the guns that they do. But it was more of the tactics thing that we really got into. He's like, okay, see when this guy's like covering this guy's shoulder. He was just like going into it. And I'm used to my friends making jokes and Mystery Science Theater 3000, everything. But it's super rare when somebody that is an expert on something just goes through it in a movie that I've seen or I'm watching with them.
Yeah. But explains like the logistical piece, like where it's like, yeah.
It was like why the guys who choreographed that scene knew what they were doing instead of regular Hollywood guys that just do nonsense.
Right, yeah. Right. That
was where he was coming from. That's great.
That's funny because that scene did jump out at me where it's a good combination of like there's 3 guys in that situation who know what they're doing. Yeah. And then they're just a group of people with guns and they are like using them the ways that they should be using them.
Right.
It was everything about it. Yeah, it was really. It was. I had forgotten everything about that movie.
Oh man, I love that movie because I very much enjoy time travel shit.
Yeah.
Because I love the end of Endgame, right? Because that's the scene I do every time you guys know. Well, every time I go see a time travel movie, I'm like, okay, which rules of time travel are we under here? You know, that's part of the joy for me. And so the one thing I loved about that movie was that there's like a big soccer game. And the guys in the future are like, well, here's how we get everybody's attention immediately. Yeah. I've never seen that in science fiction. It's always some secret guy trying to say the right thing to his girlfriend or something. It's like, no, shit's fucking going down. We're from the fucking future. Do you believe us now? We just interrupted your fucking game. Beam it in like Star Trek. Like we need to get along. We need some help here.
Yeah. They even do something.
I think that was great.
Yeah. They fixed my problem with the Terminator movies where they say basically there's 2 points and it's always moving. And we can always go from this point to this point. Because someone's like, well, why don't we just go back earlier? And he's like, no, we're here, you're here. That's all we can do. Instead of Terminator, where it's like, we're going to go back and kill Sarah Connor. Oh, now we're going to kill her son. Oh, we're going to go back to Sarah Connor again. Oh, we're going to go to the future. Like, they can go anywhere. I like the idea of like, no, it's always going to be 30 years. It's always from this point. Every day moves it one day further. I'm like, perfect. That's it. One line of dialogue.
What's cool about that narratively is you kind of get like if time travel happens, that is the way it would work.
Yeah.
If it was useful to humanity.
Right? We made
instead of going to Tulsa now, we're going to fucking 30 years from now. And it's gonna eventually be like that, right? Yeah. That would be cool.
He says it. It's like 2 rafts tied together on a river. Like we're moving through time together, but we can only go to the 2 spots. And I was like,
yes.
And then you get Sam Richardson in it, cracking a joke about it. He's like, "Oh, okay."
You're making me want to watch that again. I think I will.
I didn't. So there is a 2. They're working on part 2. I didn't realize that it's Chris McKay is the director of that. That's the guy he did Renfield. Did you see Renfield?
Oh yeah.
And he actually did the Lego movies.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't know that, but he did the. I didn't know. I'm like trying to figure out like what's his connection with Pratt. The Lego movie. But yeah, so there is a Tomorrow War 2, but it doesn't have a date, but they're supposedly working on it. Amazon, right? Is that Amazon?
Yeah. But they killed all the aliens in the past, so there can't be any whatever. I'm upset.
That's the easiest thing in the world to write is you do it another 5 years later and the aliens come again. And now they know what to do. Except it's worse because the aliens have brought more people or more aliens. And now it's a bigger fight. It's a Super Bowl. Now.
They even say like because they find a ship with the aliens in it, but the ship crashed on Earth. So they're like, well, we don't know if it was meant to come here or if it was on its way someplace else. But clearly they crashed. Now there you go. There's aliens.
Have you guys ever? I saw it hit. Was it Tubi or Hulu? Do you ever watch the? I love Tubi. That's the greatest thing. That's God's gift to me. What's that one called? Is it Quiet Earth? Is that the Krasinski one?
Oh, Quiet Place. Oh no.
Yeah, isn't it A Quiet Place? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the aliens that the noise?
Yeah.
Or am I thinking? What's the one where you can't see them?
Oh no, Quiet Place. That's it.
That's a Bird Brain or something.
Bird box, something. Sort of.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I have them all confused. So is
my first wife Sandy?
So, oh yeah, from the net, right?
Right.
See? No, didn't a new one just come out? I think a new one just in Hulu. I haven't watched it yet.
Day one with Lupita Nyong'o and Johnny Storm.
Human Torch, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
And a cat.
And a cat. But is that so? That's the premise of when those aliens creatures. Got it. Okay, yeah. I will watch that. That's the next thing on my watching. I've been watching all the Maniac Cops. If you haven't seen that.
Oh, of course. Is that the guy with the big jaw?
That's gonna happen.
Maniac Cop. Yeah, Robert Zadar. That jaw from Tango and Cash.
He broke my nose, my chin, and my jaw. He broke that jaw.
They call him Conan in it.
That's Hey, Steve, I did you a giant favor. I didn't wear my new Star Trek uniform today.
Okay.
But Mark, we're gonna have to do something getting Dork Trek going on. Like I looked today for news, right? I'm like, okay, I haven't seen the Ballerina. What can we talk about? Steve's got those rumors. What's going on with Star Trek? I'll just say something funny because Steve doesn't care. There hasn't. You fucking go to Google News, and the earliest thing about Star Trek is from 3 days ago, and it's like, oh, hey, this guy in this episode had a fart. Better write a press release about it. And it's like, no, really, seriously, the one news thing I said is that I saw is they're going to start shooting Strange New Worlds season 5 in February. Oh, okay. Can we see some of season 4 and talk about fucking new Star Trek for a change?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I get a teaser trailer.
I want to interject my Star Trek news. Here's what I'm seeing. Star Trek Explorer reveals its final issue, ending 30 years of the official magazine. So that's not a super positive one. And then I guess something about teacups from Picard.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that's pretty good.
Wait, what's going on with that?
The Master Replicas guys, which is a disgraced movie prop company, has some guys in like Norway or England or something that are involved with Eagle Moss. Those guys that did the ships that just went bankrupt that John Price loves. They bought the Master Replicas name and are now doing oddly tangential stuff. So Steve, tell about the teacups.
The teacups, they're like Picard's teacups from Next Generation, I guess. Is that what they are?
They just they contracted with the original guys in the 80s that made them. And now they're like, hey, man, there's all these Star Trek fans that are going around spending $150 at the Alameda Antiques Fair for one spoon. You know, you could probably, that's probably a revenue stream for you guys. And they went, oh, yeah, we still have the molds. Check it out. Hector, of all people, just goes LOL once I bring up Master Replicas. That's like a little movie prop thing. It's like, dude, I know.
And then I guess they're making 2 plushies, one Badgie, whoever Badgie is, and Moopsy from Star Trek like Lower Decks.
Moopsy.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
he's in an episode. That one was funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Badgie's an abortion.
Yeah.
What's Badgie?
He's a hologram that became sentient. It's not big.
Oh, so he's
that little paperclip thing that was in the back of the microscope. Clippy. It's like Clippy for the Star Trek universe,
or like Miss Minutes from Loki,
except not as cool. A little more gay, like Clippy. Sorry, I watched some press about Bill Burr yesterday, and he was breaking down to Colin Quinn, Caroline, what's her name from the sitcoms in the 90s. She was also on Match Game a lot. Caroline Ray? I don't know. But a couple other people and Russell Peters. So it was like a line of big shots. And he was just, you know, every once in a while I'm going to call somebody a faggot because they asked me if I was doing all right. And it was outrageous, right? And this is from like 12 years ago. And people were still in the crowd. They like freaked out. And he's like, look, you don't understand. Like all this comedy works from culture. And then this moron who's just like a drunken guy from Southie, like completely broke down the context of comedic timing and storytelling. And I was just like, holy crap. He did that in the most Boston way possible because he lost 2/3 of the crowd by starting with the F word.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I just want to apologize. I had that in my head by going, oh, I'm gay for whatever. And it's like, yeah, you really shouldn't do that. But like, I was raised in the same place Bill Burr was, and then I realized nobody saw that with me.
Bill Burr is just too brilliant.
He's just doesn't get credit for it, man.
Yeah,
that guy's as smart as Carlin, and he just sounds like an idiot when he talks. I guess that's what it is because he's smart.
It's you got to have conviction in what you're saying, and you're smarter, and you know how to talk. That's why I love who's the guy who created The Office. I can never think of his name.
Ricky Gervais.
Exactly. Like he's so quick-witted and smart that like he can insult people to their face and they laugh with him. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Because
that's
they
like,
get the context under which they're being insulted. Right.
like, yeah, and that's Bill Burr has that ability to do that. Like he can insult you, and you're gonna laugh with him. Yeah, like I
Agreed. Yeah.
yeah. It's like that was Carlin.
Him on Rogan is the only time I'll watch it because he's just like, really, buddy?
Yeah.
You want to say what you just said again? Okay, cool. All right. Whatever you think.
That's
And he's
kind
like,
of
"No,
that's
no."
not a fair fight, though, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Rogan's kind of this drug-addled, good-natured punching bag, right?
Yeah.
He's just been hit in the head too many times. What are you going to do, right? And he's found himself in this area that gives people platforms, but he's basically the opposite of Bill Burr, right?
Yeah.
Because Bill Burr is like, oh no, I'm going to tell you the truth in the most painful way possible.
Right. I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off and then stick it back on you 30 times and rip it off again.
But the joy I had was like it's not an innate thing. Like that guy has studied for years, and maybe it was School of Hard Knocks, but nobody who understands it enough to break it down to other people sitting on a stage with a crowd is doing it just by accident. You know what I mean?
No, you have to think of how long he's been in comedy and how long he's been like. That's the other thing I think. Like, it's the longevity as like how long he's survived in the like because people fizzle out. So yeah, I don't know. Bill Burr, pretty funny.
It's not a bad.
I might have got us
right. Bill Burr point.
Sorry, Mark. I was just going to apologize for that F thing. I think we're going to get dinged for that if somebody tells on us. Anyway,
you gave the context of where it was from. So
there you go.
Yeah.
But on that note,
yeah, you're right. Let's go out on that.
I'm out. Bye, guys. Anything we watching? Are we watching anything soon?
Yeah, just Agatha and Penguin for me.
Yeah, we're throwing in Bad Monkey, and Hell on Wheels is really cool. I like Anson Mount. I did not realize he was in a show.
Isn't that the Star Trek guy?
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I love him. I love that so much. I call
he's Pike, right?
Anson Mount Adventure Hour.
Did I know that? Did I get that right?
You did, buddy. Look at you.
Look, there you go.
Learning.
Yeah.
You're like
he's
like Badgie.
He's Black Bolt.
He's Black Bolt.
That's why I know him. What's that?
What mouthed?
Yeah, exactly. Well, gentlemen, as always, this was awesome. I'm going to go continue and finish watching Maniac Cop 3.
Great.
And
Moopsie.
Just had to get to there. Yeah, I'm going to split, but thanks everybody for watching. Like,
always a pleasure, boys.
Hector and Sagasag. Was Chuck Gilbert here? I might have thrown him off with the 3 o'clock thing.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I didn't.
Walker Young was listening.
Yeah.
Do you guys know if he misses one in football, he watches it the next day?
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
He wants to make sure he knows what you guys said about stuff. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. Well, you got to fill him in on what I shared in the. Oh, well, he can read the post.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. And
thanks, Mark. Man, I know you're so busy.
I know. I'm like.
Tell me that Stephen King shirt that you're wearing. That's from something.
Monster Squad.
Monster
Squad. I've never seen it. I should go watch that. Except I'm going to watch Tomorrow War.
Today.
You've never seen Monster Squad?
I haven't. Everybody's like, Larry,
what
are you doing?
You'll enjoy it. It is what it is.
I'm not a monster horror guy. So when it came out, I thought it was a straight up horror movie. And so then enough time goes by. I know what it is, and I'm sure I'll love it.
It's the dark universe.
No, it's the only reason I ask is because it's Fred Decker is the director, who is like Monster Squad, Night of the Creeps, House,
all horror adjacent.
I think he did The Predator. Didn't he just do The Predator?
Oh, I don't know.
The latest one? Because I love that one, not the one with Adrian Brody, the latest one. Olivia Munn is in it.
Is that the Thomas Jane? Did he do the Thomas Jane one? I think he did
Predator dogs, man.
Oh, the Punisher. Oh no, Predator?
Didn't he? He had something to do with that. I just remember him having something to do with that. Maybe he's in it. Is he in it?
All of my friends talk.
Oh, he made him wrote it. Did he? No, that's Shane. That's Shane Black. Anyway, I know he's associated with it. I like his stuff, Larry, because he does horror, but it's funny. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the and like
I'm
you
down. I just
yeah,
a lot of
House,
stuff.
Night of the Creeps, Monster
a lot of
Squad.
stuff going on. A lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Anyway, all right, gentlemen.
All right. Yeah, thanks,
All right,
guys. That was a
boys.
blast. All right. End stream. I got it. End stream.